Hey guys, it's Sarah Rose here with the Semi Gardens Initiative. Today I want to interview my friend Marte, who's one of the guys I met farming here at Knox in the Urban Farmer Incubator Program. So he's going to talk a little bit about his small business and what he is doing in Hartford.
Alright, so my name is Emmanuel, Marte, some people call me Manny, and I have a business called Micro2life where we specialize in growing microgreens, and we also grow indoors here at Knox in the part of an incubation program where we try to grow all year round. Yeah, so my story is I went to University of Connecticut to study nutrition, and then I had a job afterwards in Maryland. And during that time, was renting in an apartment, and there was some space outdoors. And the landlord, the tenant said, "Hey, would you like to grow something out in this plot?" So I said, "Okay, I'll try out this tomato." So I had one tomato there, and it grew like 300, 400 tomatoes, and I was so excited about it. So I went home and started to experiment with things growing inside, like microgreens. And then I got introduced to the Knox program here, Urban Incubation Program, and I started to grow in the greenhouses and outside and learn more about soil and how to do things with natural methods.
That's awesome. So what's your favorite thing to grow?
My favorite crop has been is Asian greens. So I like a lot of bok choy, Mizuna, and I'm also a fan of callaloo, which another one of my friends here, Derek, he grows it. So those are my favorite crops. Yeah, so I'm here in 75 Laurel Street. That's where I mainly farm. I also have some remote locations as well, but this is the best location to find me.
Awesome. And if people, are you doing direct sales right now?
Yep, I'm doing deliveries every week, and I put a menu once a week, showing what we have available, and we try to grow all year round here.
That's what's up. Cool. And so people can just put in their orders by contacting you on Instagram or?
Yep, that's the main way. It's okay. Micro2life _ microgreens, and you can DM me there. It'll be good. Or you can email me too at micro2life.microgreens@gmail.com.
That's awesome. This weekend we're getting some frost, some really cold temperatures, which is really rare for May. So this is usually as growers we're waiting to put the seedlings in the ground until the danger of frost is over. Manny, do you have any thoughts on what to do to protect the seedlings or any ideas?
Yeah, if you're growing some cold hardy crops, you shouldn't have to worry. If it's a light frost, like kale will do fine outside, but if you're starting tomatoes, you're gonna want to cover it. There's some fabric called Agribond, you can put that over it. Just protect your plants, because the wind is one of the most detrimental things about the frost. It can really damage your plants quicker, because then the cell membrane of the plants can't recover as fast because it changes with the temperature.
Cool. Can you just tell me a little bit about the bolting? What happens when it bolts and what it looks like?
All right, so bolting is the point where the plant is mature and wants to produce seeds. In the case of Swiss chard, the plant is going to try to grow to the center, more upright, and what's going to happen is you're going to have flower buds coming out where the seeds will be stored, and sometimes it's triggered based on temperature changes. The plant is stressed out, it can bolt quickly, but it's just a way for the plants to produce seeds for you. Yep. Awesome. And it's important to save seeds now.
Yeah. So what will it look like when it's time to save the seed on the chard plant, for example?
Yeah, so you're gonna see that once the plant is bolting, there's gonna be and it depends on the plant, but a lot of the plants have these seed pods, and then they start changing colors. They start getting a little yellower, and at that point you can cut the plant off, let it dry off in the sun, and you should see that the plant will have a dry seed hole where you can store it for a long time.
Sweet.
But yeah, I have carrots. I planted them. They do well when it's more wet in the soil, so it's easier to germinate. So I just seeded them and they came up with no problem, which is very hard to do in the summer. You would have to cover it and really keep it moist. So it saves me a little time to have carrots early in the season. This plot here, some of the beets have started to come out. It's another crop that really does well in the greenhouse because it stays warm when the sun is out. So it really helped the germination. You can see that it has a nice red color to it, a lot of nutrients. And right next to that, I have another one of my favorite crops here, cilantro. So I'm trying to get the most out of the space. And I planted densely like that, the cilantro, to prevent the weeds from coming through. So it's easier to keep control of it. Our collard greens. So I'm also letting these ones, some of them bolt so I can save some seeds. So you can see that the plant is starting to flower here. And it's going to start to produce some of the seed pods. So I can save them.
And you want to wait almost until the plant like dies, right?
Yeah.
Like until it runs its full life cycle and it's getting yellow, it even dries up a bit. Yeah.
I planted some garlic in the winter.
Yep.
And it's been doing well. The stems are getting very thick, so it's a good indication that we're gonna have good bulbs here for I would say end of June. And here we're planted it in March, so there was still chances of frost, but the plant will come up when they're ready.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking the time and talking with us. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely connect with him, and we'll keep it moving.